Hello everyone, welcome to this episode. It's going to be something that I've wanted to talk about for some time, and it just came to me this morning when I woke up, like a download, and I was like, I needed to talk about this with everyone. I've just come off the back of getting my lips dissolved, like the top one, so the top lip, and getting chin filler, and I got a little bit put in my cheeks. And just something came to me and I was just like, we really don't touch on beauty standards in the spiritual community, conscious community, realm, new age, wherever. It just doesn't really get talked about. But I feel like the only thing that gets really mentioned is they talk about, I've seen it, standards that we should be meeting, but it's not conventionally. And people seem to think that because if you turn down a spiritual path, if you go down a path of enlightenment, you just need to forget about your image, forget about what you are, what you look like, and just look like you live off the bush. And while that is the look for some, it's not the look for everyone else. So I want to talk about this for some time, and it just like, this is what better time than the present. Please excuse me, I've got a little bit of a lisp. I can't open my mouth properly because my chin is so tight because I feel in it. So here goes. Now I want to mention the reason why I got my lips dissolved in the first place, because I've been getting my lips done consistently for about 5 years, and the more that you put in there, because I do love big lips, eventually the filler will start to migrate up in the upper lip area, which you can see I've got this bruising. It looks like a mustache, but I don't, it's bruising. It moves up there, and then the more you put in, the more it'll move up. Your lips get heavy, they'll start to droop, and you just don't get that full flat effect. Now for people who don't get their lips done, this is a little rundown for people that do, they'll get it. So I feel like there's a movement at the moment of girls in the beauty realm going, I really need to get my lips dissolved. I've been avoiding this for a year, and it's just my time to do so. So I did it yesterday. I was nervous because I do love big lips, and I'm the type of person who takes a lot into their appearance. And I sometimes may not look overly manicured in regards of I don't wear makeup all the time, but I will make sure that like my nails are done nicely. I have a really intense skincare routine. I eat really healthy. I'm always making sure that things are done, like my eyebrows and just things are attended to. I make sure that I'm tan, but I don't fake tan. Like I like to tan in the sun. I just like to look nice, and I like to look nice for me. And I've been like that for like my whole life. So what I see a lot in the upcoming community is there's so many girls who are like me, who are, have woken up, who are conscious, who care about the way the world's going and putting themselves forward into the world, helping, giving back, and still maintaining their beauty, they're true to themselves. And they might be running on the conventional base of beauty. They might be running on, girls like me who do get filler, who do get Botox, who, go get facials, who buy makeup, etc., etc. There's those girls who are still in that realm. And I just feel like we really get shut on. And I say that because the amount of times that I have been on lives and I just have some wanker commenting on my lips, and I'm like, yeah, I've got big lips. I love them. I had big lips before and I just wanted them bigger. Like, I'm allowed to do that. And I see people commenting on girls and don't like, how can you be spiritual? Because that seems to be like a category. People make a category out of it, and just care about your looks that much, and that it just runs along the lines of like, you're superficial, you're vain, you're this, you're that. And I just think that's such a warped view of what we need to be doing and how we need to be letting ourselves be kind of known. I mean, people make judgments on the way that other people look in every facet of the world. You could be a sleek little NPC to a conscious person, and I've seen people just rip on the way that people look. And I don't stand for it whatsoever, because I'm such an advocate for people to just express themselves fully. If you want to have black hair and a mohawk, and if you want to be covered in tattoos, yes, go for it. If you want to look like a Barbie, go for it. If you want to get a BBL, go for it, because that's you and that's aligned with you. I would only suggest people to do things that make them feel good, that is aligned with them. And I know that in the Matrix there's a standard of beauty And for a long time, we've been just indoctrinated with magazines and like now it went online to Instagram and what we should be looking like. And I just think that's incorrect of what we should be looking like. But if someone does choose to go down that line and lives in another realm and lives and is trying to ascend to 5D and doing all the right things, then they deserve to be allowed to do so without judgment and without making them feel like they need to just shower less, or maybe don't brush their hair, or maybe just stop getting their nails done. You just do things that align with you, because there's still people out there that just love the world of beauty and love making things look beautiful in the outside, inside, and on themselves as well. For me specifically, my avatar, which is this Louise avatar that's come into this earth realm and just floating around doing her thing, I've always loved beauty. I'm a Taurus rising. Taurus is ruled by Venus. My whole chart is ruled by Venus. My whole world is very Venusian. I look for the most beautiful things in the world, but because that makes me happy and I love it and I revel in it and it makes me happy. And I look at myself in the mirror when I've done something really good, or I've, my hair looks nice, and I'm just like, yes, like those are things that really light me up. And it's such a small scale, but it makes me feel good. And I think if you've got people around the world who look at themselves in the mirror and they've just done something for themselves, made themselves look nice, and they feel good, don't you think that that's just going to help raise the vibration, because people just are going to feel good? Why should we shit on it just continuously because maybe it doesn't align with you? And the people that do have something to say about other people's beauty standards and what they do for their beauty, you only are outing yourself to everybody else on how you feel about you. You may not be meeting your own beauty standards, or maybe you feel like that you need to show up as a different person than what you are. And that sucks, because you should be showing up as you. So here's my opinion. Here's the way that I think we should be focusing on operating, is just showing love and acceptance. It's what we're told to do. And it's what we're constantly reminded of everywhere we look. If you have the algorithm set to any sort of spiritual realm, or any sort of like the algorithm is for astrology, or any of that sort of stuff, it will always say to accept and to love. And I just don't think that people are getting it, and they're just using it to pick and choose on what they decide that they think they want to show acceptance and love for. And this is one of them, but it doesn't get talked about. It doesn't get talked about enough. And what I think that we need to be doing is celebrating the way that each other looks in the way that you want to, and the way that makes you shine. Because a happy person is just going to give out so much more energy, electric energy, and it's addictive. And that person feels so good about themselves. They make themselves look a certain way. They're so happy in their own body, in their own avatar. I want that. I want to feel like that in my own way. Don't you get inspired by people who are so sure of themselves and so set in their ways, and just manicure themselves the way that they want to, not the way that beauty standards want to, they want to. And you're like, God damn, you're walking your path of like ultimate happiness and freedom, because you're doing exactly what you want to do. This is only just one facet. You could be like, this is obviously walking the path of like your dream job and your love life, and aligning yourself with all your values and all your goals. This is one particular facet, because you are the only person that looks in your mirror as much as you do. You look at yourself every single day. I do. I look at any reflection I get. I look at myself because I love looking at myself. I will never not shy away from how much I love looking at myself. It's ridiculous. I've been like that since I was a kid. But I did want to mention something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And I just haven't made this video yet. And I don't know why I haven't, but here I am. We got reincarnated into this time. We got reincarnated into a time where technology is evolving. We're obviously in the age of Aquarius now. Pluto's moved to Aquarius. But before that, we've been moving really fast when it comes to technology, and that technology has filtered into the beauty industry. How much more options do we have procedure-wise, product-wise, just enhancement-wise. You can do so many more things. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why we've come into this space, because all of us souls who opted for this timeline and jumped in, it was to take an interest in all of the developments of society, right? All the developments in technology. And that you can choose what part you want to join in, but that's still there. So we came into this world, and my avatar specifically, and I know so many people watching and so many of my friends and so many people in the world, the same, we knew that we were going to be doing this. And it's not spiritual to go to enhance the way that you want to look. If that aligns with you, if that is something that you want to do, this your soul wants you to do, your soul chose this time to come here while we were developing the beauty industry, while we're developing a lot of other industries. So why not do it? Why not jump in? If it's something that you want to do, go and do it. What I will say though, is that it's really important to do any beauty procedure, anything with nothing but intention. It took me 10 years to make the decision to get my boobs done. 10 years, from the age of 16 to 26. It took me all that time to sit and think, do I want this? Do I want this? Do I want this? Do I want this? I wasn't impulsive on that because I knew it was a major surgery and something that I had to really, really love. And it took me 10 years to do it. And then when I decided that I wanted to start getting my lips done, it was like months of thinking about it, months and months. I'm like, okay, do I want this done? I don't have tattoos. I'll never get tattoos. It was never like my mum, bless her, she always told me, you get a tattoo or piercing, don't come home. So I lived in I'm Serbian, they're quite strict. And I was like, well, I'm getting my boobs done then. And she's like, okay, just don't go too big. And that was, we agreed on that. I was so cool with that. I don't have piercings either, but that just wasn't part of who I was. But I was part of the one side of beauty that lacked small enhancements and just went with it. But I did it all with intention. Okay, I look at myself, I'm like, and it's not picking yourself apart. You do get caught into a trap, I have, but you also need to learn to step back and go, okay, I maybe need to relax. Like, okay, do I need to fix something? Do I want my eyelashes done? I don't get my eyelashes done anymore. It's just something I don't do. They also are allergic. They puff up and turn red and you can go blind, which is quite scary. Happened all of a sudden. But everything that I've done for beauty is done with intention. And I started getting hair extensions maybe 4 years ago. I maintain them really well. It might not look like at the moment. Actually, no, they look fine. I look after myself really well. I think about things before I want to do them. If I wanted any major surgery, it would take me years of deliberating, thinking of pros and cons, doing research, looking at what they look like on other people. If I wanted anything, I would be doing it and really, really thinking about it instead of just jumping in on impulse, because that is where I feel like people can drop the ball and just start on that slow decline. All of a sudden you morphed into somebody else, which is quite scary. And I've seen the worst of it. But to be honest with you, I'm not here to tell you not to do something. I'm not here to tell you to do something. I'm just here to tell you to be conscious and do things with intention, not just when it comes to beauty, but it comes to all facets of your life. Do things with intention, with the intention that's how is it going to benefit me? What am I getting out of this? Because as far as I'm concerned, when you throw yourself so deeply into something with obsession, the outcome isn't going to be a real outcome. Because when you're operating a part of obsession and desire and desperation, you're going to come out with something as frazzled as what you went in. It might not come out the way that you wanted it to. So if you are watching this video and you are someone that has been shamed before about things that you have done to your image and the life that you have decided to live, it's just so easy for me to say, don't worry about everyone else. But I'm going to say it because just remember that every time someone picks on you for the way that you look, and this can go quite deep because I was picked on when I was in school because I had big eyes. I was teased by so many dudes because of my eyes in school. Like, it was ridiculous. And if you're picked on for the way that you look, it says a lot about them and it just says nothing about you. It says absolutely nothing about you because it never is about you when you're getting the shit ripped out of you because of what you've done to your looks and how you look. If you are someone who is judgmental on what other people have done to their body, to their face, how they enhance themselves, you know, like, I'm putting up a mirror to you right now. You know that you're the one that's not feeling okay. You're the one that's not feeling good about yourself, and it's something you really need to explore and just not project it onto anybody else, because it's not our problem that you don't feel good. But if you want help, and if you want to come into a better place where you feel good about yourselves, people will welcome you with open arms. People don't want to hang out or be surrounded by people who are going to put them down because they feel insecure. And that's all it comes down to. It's all it's ever going to come down to is insecurity. So remember, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how aligned spiritually you are, no matter, you know, how far you are in your journey, you are exactly where you're meant to be and who you're meant to be. And there's no one in this world that's going to tell you otherwise, and it's going to tell you what you should be doing, because everything that you're going to be doing will come to you and will flow in a natural state of the order of yourself, your life, and the world. With that being said, my dogs just came here to visit me. With that being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and let me know if you like videos like this, and I can continue making more, because I really like this topic and I think I should make more videos about it. Bye.